and salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and here we go with sort of 2 weeks worth of comic book haul. I didn't do a video last week because I only actually got 2 books, so it wasn't worth doing a video at all. I actually got 2 books and something additional. Start off with something additional. My LCS recently picked up a huge collection of Masters of the Universe figures, and so I figured there's a few of them that I've been wanting to have or have again, and so I figured since I had some extra credit, I'm going to go ahead and go through the Masters of the Universe figures and see what they have. And I wound up picking up this guy here because, love him or hate him, I've always been a big fan of Orko. Now, as it happens, I've got this figure already. I picked this one up. I saw this one in package, on card, whatever, in the wild some time ago. It's still in the package. I haven't taken it out yet. So I was going to take this little Orko figure back. It's a really cool looking figure. I was going to take him back, but my 10-year-old said he wanted it. So we're going to keep it, and it is going to be his second He-Man figure. He, for his birthday years ago, a friend of ours gave him a King Hiss. Cobra Khan figure, the one that you fill it with water and you push his head down and sprays. So, but that said, let's move on to the books that I picked up last week and this week. It is very Godzilla heavy. For the next couple of weeks, I think I'm going to be getting a lot of Godzilla books, and I am totally okay with that. So, starting with what I grabbed last week, Godzilla versus Boston. Now these are interesting books because they're sort of anthology books. They are straight up anthologies, and so some of the stories are going to be really, really good, and some of the stories are going to be, well, they're going to be written. Let me move this a little bit here. There we go. They will be written. Not the best stuff that I've seen. A couple of the stories I just skipped over completely because I don't know, it just didn't interest me. But still, overall, a good package. It's a good idea. I like how they're doing the anthology thing for it. I wish they'd have told us at the beginning. I'd have been prepared for it, but regardless, it's still a good fun read. I am enjoying the Godzilla vs. America series. And then also last week I picked up the Godzilla vs. Thor, the foil variants. I love that. I'm going to be grabbing these foil variants as I have extra credit at my LCS, because I do stuff for them and I get credit for it, and that allows me to get my books every month. And since I'm getting stuff like, I'm not getting the EC archives anymore and some other stuff, I'm getting fewer and fewer books. So that's allowing me to have more credit at the end. So that's why I'm able to get stuff like Orko and these foil variants. So the foil variants give me something to look for because, you know, as comic book collectors, we always like to have something to look for. And it was either this one or the Godzilla versus Avengers. It was Iron Man versus Godzilla. I didn't like that one as much as this one. This one's a really nice cover. This week, I picked up the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2, number 3. This is the cover I grabbed. Now, again, I'm grabbing the covers that are Godzilla-centric. If the ones that feature Godzilla more are the ones that I'm picking up. Unfortunately, they're putting Godzilla with Harley Quinn. I don't have a clue as to why Hot Topic Harley is being teamed up with Godzilla. I don't like it because I don't like this version of Harley Quinn. But I'm still going to grab these books because it's Godzilla. So I can show you with the glare, without a glare there. There you go. Love that cover. And then the other one I picked up from ID is the first issue of Godzilla Escape the Dead Zone. I grabbed this cover and this cover. I do like this cover a lot. But I did read this book. Fun read. It is a fun read. I'm not going to give away I'm not going to go into any kind of in-depth. There is one thing about this book that does bother me. Over 70 years of Godzilla movies, comics, novels, video games, all this sort of stuff, cartoons, there are 2 things that the Godzilla franchise has relied very lightly on and hasn't really hurt the progression of the franchise at all, and that is sex and language. You'd be hard pressed to find any kind of a sex scene in a Godzilla film, which is great. It's fine. It's not necessary. Language also. I mean, sometimes we can have a hell, a damn, an ass bastard, that sort of stuff. Very few times would there be an F-bomb in a Godzilla movie. I think the Legendary series had one F-bomb, and it seems like there was one of the an installment of the Toho run that had an F-bomb in it, but I can't remember. This one here has the F-bomb 6 times. It also has variations of shit at least 5 times. Not necessary, okay? ID, do better. I mean, you screwed up Transformers. You're letting people like Heather Antos, the highly unqualified Heather Antos, run certain books and certain things into the ground, running your whole company in the ground, basically. You don't need to let that infect Godzilla. We don't need the language, okay? It's not necessary. If you're a good storyteller, you can tell a Godzilla story without language. Just drop it. Other than that, this is not a bad read. The art is really good. I do like the art in that quite a bit. It fits the tone of this book. It takes place, I think, in Seattle, and it's after Godzilla and other kaiju did whatever that is they did there. It irradiated the place and it made it uninhabitable. So it's called the Dead Zone now by the United States government. And it's believed, it's officially nobody lives there, but there are people who are still trying to strive to survive there and doing the best they can. There's people that are mutating, there's kaiju that are mutating, there's all kinds of weird stuff going on there, and chances are it's by design. I'm wondering if it is by design that this stuff is happening. But the concept is good, the art is great, the story is pretty decent. It's just, you know what? We don't need the language. Stop being lazy. All right, moving on. Facsimile for this week is Detective Comics number 880. It's a great cover. It's a jock cover, and it's one that I've always wanted to have in my collection. Never wanted to shell out the cash for it. Now I have a facsimile. It only cost me $4. I'm going to go with that. Great cover. Awesome. And then the last one I picked up, it's been a while since I've done something like this. For a while there, I was picking up books just because of the cover. For whatever reason. Sometimes it was, a Godzilla cover, Ghost Rider cover, whatever. And I've tried my best to cut back on that because it got a little out of hand. This is a book that I picked up strictly for the cover, though. I have no interest in the character. I have no interest and no idea why the character is so supposedly popular as Marvel claims it is, and as Helverine. Issue 9 came out this week, and they've been doing a series of J. Scott Campbell variants. And on Helverine number 9, J. Scott Campbell did Ghost Rider, a Ghost Rider. I think this is the Blaze Ghost Rider, but another fault of Marvel is they seem to have confused the Blaze Ghost Rider and the Ketch Ghost Rider. Basically, the only 2 Ghost Riders we need. All the other ones are stupid and unnecessary. But ever since those god-awful Nicolas Cage movies came out, where you had Johnny Blaze, but the Ghost Rider looked like the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, Marvel has been doing this nonsense. And so they've had to do other things with Danny Ketch, and it's just a big mess. And honestly, and I've said this before in other videos, Marvel needs to scrap the whole line of Ghost Rider stuff. Get rid of all of them, even Robbie Reyes, the Ghost Driver. Get rid of them all. Go back to your basic 2. Just go back to basics. Go back to the way in the 1990s run and towards the end of the Blaze run. But that's still, even though there's confusion as to whether or not that's Blaze or Ketch, because I am such a fan of the character, that is still a great cover. And it's funny too, because I was looking at the other covers. I didn't know he had done this, and I was looking at the other covers, and I was like, it wouldn't be kind of cool if he did a Ghost Rider. And then I look it up. I look up the list of the books that are coming out this week as I'm doing previews for my LCS on their Facebook page, Nostalgia Inc. There you go. And there it is, and I was happy. So, but there you go. That's it. Those are all the books I picked up as the sun is coming down and it's shining in my face. It's kind of annoying. Again, I do want to apologize if you hadn't seen my last movie video, my second half of July movie video. The sound is a little off on this one, and will be off on the next couple of them, because there was an update that went through on Android. All of our Androids got this stupid little update, and I don't know what it did to help improve my Android's performance, but one of the things that it did is it basically destroyed the ability for my phone to read and recognize the adapter that I put in there to use with my microphones. So I can't use an external microphone on this. I have to use the internal microphone on this, and that's it. That's what I gotta do. So for the next couple of weeks, my phone is just gonna be, I'm gonna have to use the internal microphone. It's gonna sound weird. I'm thinking about getting a new phone. Hopefully it'll fix the whole thing. This phone's a couple of years old, so I should probably get a new one. But that said, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. I don't think I really touched on that too much on my comic book videos. And speaking of Hulk Hogan, I gotta say, yesterday my son and I went to the Jackson County Fair. It's right across the street from us, and we went to a micro wrestling. It was a micro wrestling federation, and it was amazing. It was great. It was awesome. They've got a YouTube channel. I'm gonna link it down in the description below. You gotta check it out. The micro wrestling federation. You think midget wrestling? And when I first found out about these guys, it's the same thing. Like midget wrestling was always treated as sort of like a sideshow. I don't want to say like a freak show, but just sort of like it was always a special attraction. It was never treated seriously on the wrestling cards. It was always kind of treated as a gimmick match, a joke match, whatever, a throwaway match. And when I saw the Micro Wrestling Federation, I noticed a few things. The main thing I noticed is the ring is sized down so that these guys and gals can actually perform, actually do wrestling moves. And that's the other thing I noticed. These guys do legit, off the hook wrestling moves. I mean, they do some amazing stuff. You get everybody from like Jay Amazing to Andrew the Giant. One of my favorites, Psycho. My other favorite, Michael Jackson, Little Miss. All these guys that actually Little Miss, Brock Jr., Zach Presley, and all the other ones that were here. We are getting a new Micro Wrestling Federation champion with King Clover, which is awesome because he's from Detroit, Michigan. So Michigan represent. I love it. With that said, amazing show, great show. Rest in peace, Hulkster. Those are all the books I picked up this week, and we will see you hopefully next week because we're starting with a new month. So hopefully it means I'll have enough books to talk about. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great one. Bye.